Where's everyone else? I I guess after the weekend conundrums and how everything went, everybody went into hiding. Nobody wants to come and speak on the show. I suppose I would have to run this show alone. That's fine. That's fine. I've got you covered. We're gonna do the review show. We're gonna cover all the matches that started with Wolves to Spurs up till the match that ended yesterday, Man U Liverpool. But just before that, let's take a look at this video. I'll be right back.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
Welcome back to the Big Focus every Tuesdays, 9 p.m. And as I mentioned, I am running this show alone today. And let's go. Hey, wait. I think people just came on. Let me just take a look at the chat first. What's up, Deep Z Loving? Bro, it takes years of practice to hold the mic, bro. You need to learn how to do it. What up, Ridwan? Hope you're well and hope you're happy after yesterday's call. So, guys, before we go into the show itself, I did say I'll be hosting this alone, but guess what? I think two people decided to come onto the show the last minute. They are the background. One of them is crying. I can see his face. He's gonna cry any minute. The other one just spoke to me like as though his life is lost. But before that, let me bring this man. Let me bring our man Faris on board. Hey Faris, how are you? Faris,
Hello. Can you hear me loud and clear?
I've got just one thing for you. Just one thing, Faris. Just one
What?
thing. That was not to mock you guys. That was just to clap you all on a performance yesterday. I mean,
It's
you
more
guys
of
didn't win, but
it's
still.
more of this, bro.
Faris,
Kiss you.
just hold on there, okay? Just hold on there, guys.
Yeah,
We
man.
have got one more person, right? Actually, no, we're supposed to have four people on board today. Faris just came. The two other guys went missing. Don't know what happened after Chelsea's loss. That Chelsea guy we're supposed to get on show, he went into the cave, nowhere to be seen. And then the other one is supposed to be our resident Newcastle Habibi. Don't know where is he. They did a good job, but he's facing. Faris, have you heard from him?
I'm looking for him.
I still can't look for him. I don't know where he went. But before that, we have this person.
Because
This
in Saudi
person is
Arabia, got a cave, no, bro.
never mind. We'll wait for that Habibi to come. But we have this person. This person has been on our show before. He's always been constructive. His theory, his talking style, everything has been great, and it was a pleasure to invite him. And let's have him on the show, okay? Let's all give a big warm welcome to Mr. Daryl. What up,
Hi
Daryl?
guys, hi guys. Good to be
How are
back,
you,
man.
man?
Daryl, I have
How's
a
it
song
going?
for you, Daryl. I have a song.
It's been a bad day for me.
Anyway, Daryl, how have you been, bro?
Yeah, it's been good, bro. It's been good. Everything has been good for me. How are you
How's
guys?
things with you? You're on 3 months MC, right? So how things?
Yeah, I've been and just finished my ACL surgery lah. So I'm just like resting at
Ooh,
home.
Uh,
Yeah,
damn.
it's not been a good rest also. Every week, wake up, see game, see Liverpool play.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to
Yeah,
that. So, guys, before we kickstart the show proper, out there to everyone, please do like, share, love this video, recommend this to your friend. We've got 5 million people watching. We want more to watch, so it won't take very long. Just a click on the finger on the share button, and you're going to share in your
Like,
socials.
share,
Okay, we're live on
subscribe.
Facebook and YouTube. All right. Before we go, Faris, there's someone who wants to say something to you.
Yeah,
I leave this to you.
of course, lah. I mean, as a true gentleman of the fan, I'm a gentle fan. Okay, when I lose, I say I lose. When I win, I say I win. Yeah, so I'm going to change my Southampton jersey, and then next week I'm going to support Southampton.
Hey, but whatever it is, we all glazes in, right?
Yeah, we're all glazers. I mean, okay, that's the funny thing, bro. Okay, before you start,
Mm-hmm.
there's hashtag glazers in, man.
Hashtag glazes in, huh? Glazes. Hashtag glazes in, glazes in. Oh, God, but
Fucking
boys,
idiots.
what a
Yeah.
weekend of football, right? What a weekend of football. I mean, in terms of FPL all the defenders were shit, man,
Yeah,
in
the
terms of
worst
FPL.
I think worst game week ever.
But what
Wait,
a
how
game
many
of
points
football.
I get? I get only how many points I did this week? Last third.
I was lucky to get 48 points. I was lucky to get 48 points.
Oh, 48,
Disaster.
huh?
48 is a bit high already.
Yeah, considering that what Chancelo got zero,
Trent got
Trent
zero.
got zero,
Yeah.
James got one,
Kyle Walker won.
Carl Walker. Oh, okay, I didn't have him lah.
Cucurella won.
Kukrela one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I brought in Neco Williams thinking he'll give me points, and then end up getting one because the Everton. And then I had Bailly and what's the Andres Pereira on the bench. They got me 13 points in total.
Oh yeah,
Uh
yeah.
yeah. Hey guys,
Ooh,
someone's here. Not the
wait,
Chelsea
wait, wait.
fan.
I think I got. I think I wait. Y'all listen to that? No? Y'all hear anything?
What's that?
Wait. Eh? I think I hear something.
You hear
Huh?
something?
Yeah. Y'all hear
I
anything?
don't know. Let's see. Okay. I tell you what. This person, I think of all the guests on the show, including myself, Fares and Daryl, and the Chelsea fan who's probably still missing. I think the past 2 weeks his Wi-Fi was giving problem. I think this week he probably went into another realm with his Wi-Fi as well. So he's not here yet. But apart from all of us, this is the only person who can come away from the weekend with some credit. Come on, they held the defending champions to a three. Well, technically they were 3-1 up, so they could have won the game. So he's probably gonna not be happy about it. But let's bring him on first. Let's bring our Habibi. Hey Sunil, how are you, bro?
Yeah, like if Newcastle had won, I would have been earlier lah.
Hey, you guys are the only one I tell you of the 17, 18 teams the EPL who's probably brought the game to them apart from Liverpool. Like literally, you all did not sit back. You all attack. Well, we'll get to that in a while, guys. Let's do this. Let's start the show
Y'all
proper.
hear that?
Okay,
No?
let's start. What?
You hear that? No? Do you hear that?
I heard some tingling sound.
حبيبي يا نور
Hey.
العين عاشق بقالي سنين ولا غير
Habibi in the house, bro.
That's right. Habibi, yeah. Hey, but we'll get to the Habibi Derby as well. Okay, Habibi Derby, guys. So let's get the
All
show
the beer.
proper. Okay, let's get
Yeah,
the show started.
sure.
Right. So what a weekend of football, right? Oh my God, 7:30 kickoff on Saturday. Tottenham versus Wolves, 1-0. Our man Kane scored, right? What a game!
Yeah.
Did anybody catch the game?
Me. Yeah, I got it.
What are your thoughts, Daryl? Because I didn't watch the game. I was out actually. So
Actually,
Tottenham with another win. Wolves haven't won yet.
Tottenham actually didn't started playing well. Actually, it was just that I think that moment of I think they only had one or two chances in the game, and I think that Harry Kane scored. I think Wolves were actually quite good as well.
Mm-hmm.
This guy Nunes and Neves and Neto, they were actually linked up very well. I think Wolves really need like I think they really miss Jimenez. I think if they get him back,
Number 9, right?
This team is actually not bad. Yeah.
But it's surprisingly because I think Wolves hasn't won a game yet.
Yeah,
They've had
yeah,
1
yeah.
point so far
Yeah.
out of 3. So and Spurs, like you said, didn't really play well.
Play
But
well,
that is like that mentality monster, right? That word is going to be used a lot today. Mentality monster. I mean, grinding out that win, 1-0.
Yeah.
I mean, have you been impressed with their performance? I mean, it's been 3 games only. Have you been impressed with
Spurs, you mean?
Spurs? Yeah.
Yeah, I think now Spurs is actually quite good compared to last season. He's now Conte can look to his bench. He has better players in his bench for him to bring on. Now you got 5 subs as well.
Yeah.
I think they will be a very good contender for top 4 this season. Now I think they're actually good. Yeah.
I think Anwari had them as a dark horse to actually win the title, right?
What? No.
Win the
But he
title.
will never say his beloved Arsenal, as we never say his beloved Arsenal. But okay, like decent scoreline, 1-0.
Yeah.
Not much of a drama, not much of a surprise there.
Surprised.
But
I think they should start with Richarlison also lah.
Yeah, I think slowly lah.
Yeah.
But I want to ask Sunil, what do you make of Son? His FPL price obviously increased to 12 million. I mean, after his performance last season, but it's not started the season that well, right?
Yeah, I think like he's got the pressure on him, like like defenses know what he's capable of. Firstly, defenses know what he's capable of, so they are paying more attention to him. But knowing how versatile of a player he is, right? He will come good, lah. He will come good. Right now, I think defenses are being really tight on him.
Mm-hmm.
But I still don't have him in my FPL team yet. So I think
See.
that's a big amount to spend on someone like that, especially seeing how Spurs have been quite erratic in their form, sometimes good,
Yeah.
sometimes bad. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think eventually he will come good. Like he will come good. He is a world class player.
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, before we go on to the next topic, Faris, there's someone who's wishing you happy birthday.
Thank you
So
so much,
Oh,
man. Oh, brother. In fact, happy birthday to you too, Hafi. His birthday
I
is
think
just
he
the
wants
day
to give
after
you
mine.
he give you a kiss along with it as well. All right, moving on. We will come to the Everton game soon, Leicester game soon. Fulham, Brentford. Man, I took out Andres Pereira and put him in the bench because I thought after last week's 4-0 win, Brentford would actually beat Fulham. But in the preview show last week, some of the fellas were saying Fulham will win. And surprisingly, 3-2. What a win. Faris, what do you make of it? Fulham 3-2.
I didn't catch the game though.
You didn't catch the game?
Yeah, I didn't catch the game.
Ah, it's okay. Sunil, do you
I was watching the Chelsea lead. Yeah.
I don't think any of us would have even wanted to catch the game because I was watching first half for that the Brighton game and then second half I was watching the Chelsea game. But this was on Sunday. This was on Saturday. You didn't watch the game, the Fulham
Saturday.
game.
No, Saturday I was working, bro.
Sunil, do you watch the
Yeah.
game?
this was the 10 p.m. kickoff, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I watched. I think who was it? Was it Palinia who scored?
Palinia scored.
Yeah,
What
Palinia
Mitrovic scored
scored.
as well.
Yeah, I think like I said, I did. I caught a little bit of the game. I think that timing that day, the games all rabak.
Yeah.
I mean, not say rabak lah. No offense. I mean, like not my favorite teams lah. But yeah, I still did catch a bit of the games. And I can
Wait,
honestly say,
it was not showing live,
Oh,
huh?
it wasn't showing live. Oh, I didn't know that.
You gotta question your source, no, Sunil now.
I did. It should have been. Why would it not have been live? I think I saw
Is
the goal
Ridwan
lah.
watching another
Yeah,
live feed?
No, black
I'm
box,
gonna
black
believe my
box.
man ITK, my man Mio
Android
there
box
probably
have,
has got
Android
sources
box have.
correct.
I did
Android
the whole
box
game, I
have.
saw the
Android
goal.
box.
Android box, of course lah. So I think Palinia scored, right? Palinia scored. I think they are putting up a good. They're putting a good show up lah. Fulham is decent. I think right
Correct.
now they are top 10.
Correct. And I think
Still
they
early
are
days lah. Early
unbeaten as
days.
well. I mean, compared to the Fulham that came up 2 seasons ago and went down, and 4 seasons ago went down, they drew Liverpool in the first game, they drew Wolves
Yeah,
in the
the first
second
game.
game, and now they beat.
Give me a shock in my life, man.
Yeah. So what? That's
I was
5 points from
expecting
3
an
games.
easy win.
Decent. I think teams like Fulham, maybe they are not, going to go down immediately if they continue playing this way. Let's pick up some comments. Victor Sim, FPL wise a disaster. Yeah, Mendy in, Robert Sanchez out. Yeah, I saw your post, bro. Wilson, Trippier both left on the bench for other account. Well, what to do? Mr. Guru Karthik Paran. Hello, bro. How are you? Thank you
up,
for
Guru?
tuning in. Mohammad Haikal. Thank you, Mohammad Haikal, for tuning in. Thanks, buddy. So with the Fulham Brentford game, interesting 3-2 Brentford 4-0 against United, and then they gave a good fight. Actually, they were 2-0 down. They came to draw 2-2 only for Fulham to snatch the win. So I think it's a good win for Fulham. I think for Brentford, I don't think it's going to affect them much. Probably they're going to pick on and move on next week. Yeah. Bournemouth Arsenal. Oh, Arsenal, man, the only team with a perfect record
At the moment,
Hello. What are your thoughts?
Who, me?
Yeah. Arsenal
I
3-0.
think they're doing very well, man. I see the way they play. There's a remind me of a mini Man City team. They're actually doing very well.
Man City.
I like this Saliba, man. This guy is really.
Oh, look at you saw the goal was superb,
Yeah.
man. I tell you,
Good player, man.
very hard to pull it off.
And to think about it, right? Saliba was bought almost 3 seasons ago, and then he was loaned out consecutively for 2 seasons, the first and the second season.
Yeah.
Only for him to, still push his way through, didn't ask for a move. And then, he's been defensively, he's been a rock for Arsenal. And I'm just amazed. And it just reminds me, like for Villa, how Villa Twitter is going through a meltdown right now, absolute meltdown because of how we have been performing. We'll come to that. But that is what happened with Arsenal last season and the season before. And look at them now. I think
Guru Karthik must be an
he took-
Arsenal fan, huh?
he is the fellas. He's my friend.
No wonder,
The fellas are Arsenal
yes,
So I
sir.
think it took a couple of transfer windows for them also, lah. You
Yeah.
think about last season when Edu came in, they brought in Ben White and
Mhm.
all these and players, and when you look at their Amazon Prime, I don't know if you guys watched the
Yep.
documentaries. Actually,
I am.
this Arteta guy is a is a
He's
bit
a
a
solid
technician.
fella.
Yeah, he's talking about light bulbs and funny theory and all kind of
Oh,
stuff. But I
really?
think this guy is yeah, the guy is actually a good manager lah. Just giving
You
some
know,
tips
one
lah.
of his theory was if you need the light bulb to light, you need the socket. So all of y'all are the socket. So if light bulb, you all will pass the energy to one another.
But I think they are a good team. I think I don't understand why no one has went for Jesus. I was surprised actually. And this guy is actually solid, man. Jesus.
No, but a
Considering
few
how
seasons back, he wants to fight for his place, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's why nobody went for him.
No, I think Man City
Yeah.
also played him in the wings, not even in the
yeah,
center at that point
Yes,
of time.
correct. He wants to prove himself, but
Yeah,
being second fiddle to a team who has no strikers last season was actually a
yeah.
killer.
exactly.
And
They
I,
had
and I
Then I
heard they
think
are
that's the
and,
that's the final say, though.
and I
Then
heard
I'll
they are
say,
going
yeah,
for Pedro Neto as well.
yeah, Pedro
Arsenal, right?
Neto.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
read.
That's going to also help them.
But it's quite surprising because if you look at if you look at the way they play, they've got Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left,
Yeah,
Jesus
just
up
back
front,
up.
and then they've got Odegaard in the center along with Partey
Mm.
and Zaka. So I don't know how they're going to fit Pedro Neto, but I think Arsenal is we don't. It's still early. Yes,
Yeah,
3 games
yeah.
in. If Anwari is here, he's probably going to say, they're probably not going to make it. But I think that I don't
They
know
will
if
make
they
it.
can
Yeah.
win the title. I think that's a bit
No,
too
no, no.
far fetched. But maybe they can
Top
finally
four.
qualify for the Champions League
Yeah.
after many seasons. You know, impressive 3-0 against Bournemouth, and we all know Bournemouth is a very defensive team. I mean, I definitely know they're a defensive team. They went
Yeah,
1-0 up
yeah.
against Villa, and they just put 10 men behind the ball,
I think
and
we
their
have
defenders
to
at all.
we have
What?
to also look at tips. We also have to look at the fact that I think I read an articles about the teams with the toughest starts, and I think they had they ranked the teams with the toughest starts. Arsenal was actually considered the team with the easiest start. I
Yeah.
think based on
Yep. Yeah, yeah.
Paper
the
lah.
team's performance lah last season. Yeah, so maybe some people can argue that hey, yes, they got 9 points, but
Wait for the big one.
they
Yeah.
should have gotten 9 points. Yeah.
Fair
Yeah.
enough lah. Fair enough, right?
So you must wait until they're tested. Oh, have they been tested yet? You see, right now I
True.
think they cakewalked everything lah. I think they really outclassed everyone. I guess I'm not getting. I guess I'm not getting anything lah. Huh?
Hey, how come I'm not getting? I said that they can go qualify for Champions League also. What?
You must say win You must say win the
Champions,
champions
Yeah,
lah.
win.
Europa.
No lah. I'm
Because
going to
now
follow
they're
you,
too
and I'm
eager
going to
to win
bash Arsenal.
silverware already. They got to
I'm
eager to win silverware already now.
What did Mio say? Let's catch some comment. Leeds versus Chelsea is shocking. Rodriguez has 13 points in the bench. Okay, good for you. Unfortunately, you should have played bench boost then. Teams like Brighton, Brentford, even Forest, they're not going to be a walk all over by the big team. Even Leeds with the addition of these three. Yep. That's true. Okay, guys. You know what? Let's get on to the main topic first. Okay, not this. Sorry, that's the last one. This two, Lampard and Gerrard.
Different
Obviously,
debate now.
golden generation midfielders in their time. They can be considered world class. Or how Daryl and Faris will probably say Gerrard is world class.
World class
But
midfielder.
what
Very
is
not a
happening
manager
with
though.
both the teams? What is happening with Everton? What is happening with Villa?
Actually,
I,
tips. Correct me if I'm wrong. I read somewhere about Gerrard's performances in how many wins does he actually have in the last 20 games?
let me tell you that.
No, I'm not. This is not a jab. This is not a jab.
But-
I think it was like what 4, 5 wins on here.
Bro,
3.
you're being too generous, bro.
Was it 2? What was it?
It's 3.
Exactly. This is shocking. No, this is Steve Bruce like stats.
You know who we beat?
Yeah.
We beat Norwich, Burnley, Everton.
So 2 of them who have already gone down,
Yep.
and one who should have gone down last season.
Exactly. But I don't want to talk about Villa because obviously I've got so much to say, and
You have to talk about Villa.
I will talk about Villa. I will, but I want to give this to Daryl because Daryl was one of the first few to text me after Steven Gerrard was appointed. He's like, this is a solid appointment, right? And we were texting a few days back as well, and he was telling me, guess the audition may not be a success after all. But Daryl, what is your thought? Obviously he's your legend, he's your fan favorite, right? Needless to say, you guys were obviously very supportive of him transitioning from Rangers, coming into Villa, and even everybody had high hopes. We all thought that he was going to make it, except one person. Anwari did have his reservations. He did say the jury is out. What do you make of Steven Gerrard's tenure so far? It's been 10 months. He got appointed last November. So it's been 10 months on the job. What do you make of it?
So at first when he was appointed and last season, let's talk about last season. He finished what 11, 12, what
14.
14 he finished. So when you look at his team and I got a shock when actually his team is actually not bad team, you know, when compared to like even what are the teams that finish above him?
Palace, Brighton, Leicester.
Palace and Brighton and stuff like that. Actually, his Aston Villa team is actually a very good team. You know, even though I'm looking at their lineup that played against Palace,
Palace.
it's actually a very, very, very good team. Which Coutinho is not in, still haven't come in and stuff like that. I just don't understand what is not working out there. I just don't get it, man. So maybe like what? Maybe Scottish League is just an easy league, lah. I don't know, lah. But I think things are not going right for him. But if you compare to Everton, I think Gerrard is doing like he's doing worse, man. Really.
Gerrard is doing worse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think so too. So to actually answer your question, right? Gerrard, he plays the Christmas tree formation. He plays the 4-3-2-1, right? With two number 10s, three in midfield. So the wing back can actually bomb forward. It was a success in the Scottish Premier League, right? But EPL, as we know, it's a whole new ball game, right? And we talk about players coming in from the German league, who also struggle to even adapt. Even the Italian league, I mean, needless to say, very few people from the Italian league can adapt to the English league in terms of playing wise. So when you see the formation 4-3-2-1, and you have wing backs who is going to bomb forward, your midfield minus your DM, that means your two center mids, right? They have to cover the wing backs position.
Yep.
So what happens is your midfield, your center midfield, that center part of midfield is actually left open. You know, and what teams started doing, teams started exploiting that. So there was this. I didn't pin it. I should have done this. But what happened was, okay. So what happened was there was this statistic that showed the game against Crystal Palace, right? Everyone was everywhere on the pitch except the center. The only person in the center of the pitch was Boba Kamara,
Yeah.
our CDM, and the two center backs were behind him, and it was exposed. It was exposed. So perhaps I think he needs to either tweak his formation and go back to that 4-3-3, because when he first came into Villa, he adopted the 4-3-3 formation and he got us 3 wins in a row. Even though we lost against City and Liverpool, we still didn't lose that much. We lost by 1-0 or by a goal. But ever since he started adopting the Christmas tree formation, it's just gone haywire, and he has to drop this. I mean, that is
But
me.
the Palace game he played 4-3-3, no.
No, he played 4-3-2-1.
Okay.
How he played 4-3-2-1 is because he didn't have Buendia, and so it looked like a 4-3-3. But when your wing backs bombing forward, right, Bailey and Buendia became in the center, and Watkins was the lone one up front. And then your three midfield of Ramsey, Jacob Ramsey, McGinn, and Kamara. And McGinn and Kamara, they can never play together. Both of them are the type of players who needs to play further up front. They play further forward. You need that number 8, right, who actually does the destroyer role and also who does the progressive pass. Even Kamara is not a destroyer. We needed a Bissouma, we needed a Sanagare, and I mean, obviously neither of them we got lah. So I think this is where. So for Gerrard, honestly, I am very, very frustrated. I was absolutely frustrated. I mean, let's be honest, right? We don't expect our clubs to win every game, right? Even for the likes of City or Liverpool, there are games we will lose, but it's the way you lose the game that matters, right? There was no fight in the loss against Bournemouth. In the game against Crystal Palace, the first goal that was given, Konza could have just gone in for the tackle, but no, he just let Zaha go past him to score. So Gerrard's walking on a tightrope, but I don't think he'll be sacked. And I personally don't want him to be sacked as well, because changing managers constantly, it is not going to help.
Yeah.
It's not going to help. Look at what Arsenal did with Arteta. They stuck by him.
So unless if they change him and bring him, for example, a Pochettino or something like that, then
That's a different thing.
Change I would do that change.
That's the thing. But can Villa actually attract Pochettino? That's another question, right?
Yeah.
Villa was able to get Gerrard because of Christian Perslow. They're friends. And through Gerrard, we got Coutinho. Yes, the Coutinho pool and everything, people will say that, but Coutinho hasn't been performing either as well, And that's probably because our midfield hasn't been able to provide so that he can perform. So talking about Villa, yes, Gerrard is in the hot seat. He is going to have a lot of problems moving forward, but he has to tweak his formation and he has to tweak the playing system or
But
get the players.
Tips, it looked like
Mhm.
I think during the game or something, I read reports that finally maybe Villa was going to go back to wingers, and I thought they went in for Ismail Assar for 25
Yep.
million,
So
Yeah.
what
and
happened
then
was
the
the
next
bid
thing
was
I read
accepted.
is he
Yeah,
pulled
so the
out.
bid was accepted.
Gerrard
What?
pulled out. Gerrard pulled out, right?
Yeah. So what happened was on Saturday the bid was so usually Villa does transfers, right? And the
Mm.
transfers will never get leaked out until the agreement is in place,
Yeah,
right?
that's crazy. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah. So when this transfer got leaked out, the conspiracy theory was this leaked out by the club so that they can deflect from the loss? We don't know, right? But that is Twitter. I don't want to go into Twitter. But what actually happened was Villa did go in with a bid. The bid was accepted. Watford wanted Courtney Hoss and Cameron Archer as part of the deal. It was also given to them. And then contract the personal terms was agreed with the player. A medical was booked on Monday. And what Sa did was demanded for extra money. And Villa
Ah,
pulled out. They said no, they're not
But
going to do that.
do they really need Sar? Isn't
That is
that
the thing. So that is another thing. Villa does they don't play wingers, right?
yeah.
They play 4-2-3-1. Why do you need Sa? Unless Gerrard wants to tweak the system and play wingers, because we got Leon Bailly who can play on the left,
Yeah. All right.
Buendia
Yeah.
in the center who can interchange with Coutinho here and there, Sa on the right, Watkins or Ings up front. Watkins up
Even
front is
Coutinho
perfect.
can play in the wing if it's 4-3-3 as well.
Yeah, on the left, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But we got to see with his age. Previously, yes, he could play in the wing, but now I think he's more suited for the center, lah.
Center.
With age and all that. So I don't know, but apparently the Sa deal didn't go through because of this. But it's good in a way because you would want a player who don't want to cause trouble before he even comes to the club, right? If the player is causing trouble before coming to the club, what assurance do you have that he will not cause trouble after he's in the club? So I think it's a good thing Villa walked away, lah. But there's a lot to work on. A lot to work on. Now, Faris, I want to hear from you. Lampard, what's wrong with him and Everton?
Lampard
think
is just
so.
shit manager. Yeah, I mean, it's all about all these ex players being managers. All the hype, lah. That's what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Wait,
not only
wait, wait.
managers, but I think the English players.
Sorry?
Wait,
I think what
yeah, I think they
Yeah.
all. I mean, Everton, all these ex players, like Lampard. Lampard for me when he was with Chelsea itself really shows that he's small manager, lah, I would say. I don't really fancy this kind of ex players to be managers, lah. Sorry, man, Everton.
Mm.
Coming from a Liverpool fan, it's not that nice, but still, truth be told, that okay lah. I just don't like I just don't like Lampard, lah. I just have something against Lampard, lah. So, yeah, if you ask me, sorry, man.
Sunil, what do you think about Lampard and Everton?
Okay, so going back to what Faris said, okay, Lampard at Chelsea, he was a small-time manager. Okay, I have to agree, but then again, you have to understand he was dealing with no transfer budget. I think they
Yep.
were under
Yeah.
some transfer restrictions, so that's
Yep,
when
yep.
he pushed up. Was it Mount or was it Tomori? He did breed some
Literally
good
the
players.
youngsters, lah. The
You know,
youngsters.
the Mounts, the Tomoris, and everything.
Abraham,
but,
all that, yeah.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, you're right. And then if you look at him at Everton right now, okay, but then again, we have to understand that they did lose their focal point, which is Richarlison.
And
And
Calvert-Lewin
then,
as well, right?
and then Calvert-Lewin sneaked for like what, 3 months? Is he down for 3 months?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So then who's he left with? He's left with Rondon,
Mm-hmm.
who I think he's getting on in age. He's not that mobile anymore. Yes, he's still a target man, but is he really the kind of player you need to bring your club forward?
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. And like I think the recent reports is Chelsea is going in really hard for Anthony Gordon.
Yep.
That guy is good. He's a youngster. He's got that kind of aggressive streak, that you see in a lot of players. So it could be good, but it just doesn't look good for Lampard. It could get much worse before it gets better. And I don't think he will be around to see the whole show.
Yeah, and furthermore, for Lampard, he doesn't have that. I don't see a brand of football that he plays.
Correct.
If you all notice, and it's just like, okay, guys, go in, play football, get that 3 points, win, law. You know, lose,
Would
oh,
you
something like that.
would you
That's what I
say would
feel.
you say Faris, would you say that it's got no identity to the
Yep.
kind of football?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no identity. Yeah, correct.
I mean, I think the same could be said about Villa as well. I mean, what is the identity? Watching. I mean, you know the game Villa and Everton. Even though Villa won 2-1, right? I was down at the bar watching the game. Both teams were horrendous. Villa won, but they did not. There was no
Yeah.
domination. Both teams were equally as bad. You know.
Mhm.
So that's why the question comes in: do good players make good managers? Look at the likes of Roy Keane. Roy Keane wasn't that great. I think Anwari has
Yeah.
this comment. Gerrard has the same record as Gary Neville at Valencia.
Yeah,
Gary
it's
Neville
true.
is
You know.
another manager,
Yeah.
right? Who didn't really do very well. Steve Bruce is a. I mean, yeah, he's got a good record of promoting teams from the championship, but in the EPL itself, we don't know. He's never been that great in the EPL. I think Sunil and I can vouch for this firsthand. So
I think we look at this comment from Calvinder. I'm not sure if Lampard did say this, but if he really did say this, what kind of motivation are you giving to your players? Lampard started the season by saying Everton is ready for a relegation battle. If you are a player and your gaffer tells you that, guys, it's going to be a long 38 game season, we are going to be fighting at 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Or I mean, not even 16, 18,
No,
19,
because I
18 and
think
20, yeah.
that pitch invasion give him some adrenaline rush lah after.
That's
Maybe
the
I
thing,
say if
man.
I cannot go for maybe Champions League qualification or Europe, let's go for relegation and let's get this
But at least,
fans happy.
There's some
But-
kind of fight.
Yeah,
if you
but
look at
that's
his
where
team,
Everton
right?
belong lah. That kind of fight is
Yeah.
where Everton belong. Yeah, don't need.
Sorry,
to
Daryl, you were saying something?
Yeah, I know. I think if you look at his team, it's like you see he bought Dele Ali. Dele Ali is now he's gonna go. I heard he's gonna go to Besiktas and all that. The guy is gone.
Yeah,
correct.
Turkey, yeah.
He's
The guy is
gone.
literally gone, and he's playing Amobi in the center mid. His whole team is actually rubbish. I think they really need at least 10 to 11. Besides Pickford, I think another 10 good solid players for them.
But how much they made for Richarlison?
60 million, I think.
50 million, and I think they invested also very badly on him. What did he do with the money? I'm also not sure.
I think they bought one player, right? There's Onana, is it?
Onana, yeah.
Onana,
Yeah.
that's it.
Onana.
But you see-
Connor Cody. Who the?
Cody,
Okay,
yeah.
but
Oh, yeah,
honestly,
yeah,
Connor
yeah.
Cody and Tarkowski, I thought okay, maybe the pairing, but I think it's a good pairing, centre back pairing, compared to Yerry Mina
Old
and Michael
school
Keane.
English pairing.
Yeah, the old
Yeah.
school, I
No,
would
but the
love
thing is, if you give Gerrard money, he starts to screw up.
Lampard or Gerrard.
That's what I feel. Sorry, Lampard. No, Gerrard good money, bro. You buy the magician Coutinho, one of the best players.
He was a magician for the first 8 games. Then now he become the rabbit already in the
The rabbit in the hat already. Yeah, different already.
Now he become a rabbit in the head. Let's take some comments, guys. Let's take some comments. I think it'll come down to team depth. At least 2 more signings to have. Oh, he's talking about Arsenal. Okay, that's true. Gerrard has same proud record as yes. Anwar, we know that. Everton is rebuilding defense now. Okay, midfield near number 6 and critically prolific striker.
But those are very big holes, you see. These are
That's
not
true.
small holes, They're
Yeah.
getting a number 6 right now in today's market, or
Not easy.
finding a prolific striker who can bang in 15 to 20. These are very big things. And if I'm not wrong, the window's closing 2 weeks.
Exactly. Actually, technically, this week, next week, lah. But you see, this is the thing, right? Number 6. I think they had Doucouré, who's a number 6, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, and prolific strike. These days, honestly, where are you gonna get a prolific striker apart from Haaland and what's his name?
Darwin.
Lewandowski. Darwin.
Lewandowski.
Well, it's not prolific yet, lah, but okay, lah. I mean, Haaland isn't either in the EPL. But yeah,
But his
Darwin,
headbutt is on point, though.
that one, the other fellow deserved it. But you see, Haaland, Darwin, Lewandowski. I think every other team doesn't really play with that, out and out number 9. Or Jesus is doing it now, lah.
Yeah.
So, you're right, lah, Sunil. It's literally the spine of the team. Number 6, prolific striker. They got a long way to go. Talk about Villa, yala. Actually, every time when I host the show, I don't really talk about Villa. He always complain. These people don't talk about Villa. Everton going to sell Gordon to Chelsea. This is what I don't get. I mean, if this is going to happen, why are they doing
Yeah,
it? I mean, go on, Daryl.
But I think if this is gonna happen, he better make sure he replace him at least 2 or 3
Exactly.
more
He's like the
players.
only bright spark in their team,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
sell him.
Yeah.
Gordon is not. Oh, okay, okay. This
Mm.
Papa Bear, you should know, like he's a Everton fan. 3 games is McGinn bet. I will start swearing and cursing. Well, I think you knew my answer. I prefer Mings as captain. Does this Villa miss Grealish? No, I actually miss you, Mio. I don't miss
Yeah.
Grealish.
I mean, going back to Mio's comment, I mean, look at Grealish. Obviously, any team would miss their focal point.
I mean, I think even Grealish would miss being in Villa, knowing that in City he's not the focal point.
Exactly. So, I mean, of course, lah, Grealish is a massive player. I mean, he was a massive player at Villa. Lah. Now, I don't know what he's doing at City.
Now he is just, going to
Hide-
Ibiza, getting drunk.
He's hiding from
Yeah.
Almiron. That's why.
Yeah. What up? Chat, blood, chat, shit, get bang, gang. This one must be size up. Isn't Luis CDM or destroyer? No, Luis is not a CDM or destroyer. Luis is actually a number 8. But when he was bought into Villa, he had no CDM or destroyer, so he was played in that role, and he could never make it. The reason why the club or even Gerrard isn't playing him now, it's probably because of his contract, which is up next season, the end of the season. So, perhaps if they can tie him down, he will be he will complement Kamara very well. In preseason, they were great. Yeah, this is the one that Sunil picked up on, right? All right, let's go. Let's go on to the next topic. Wait, one more.
I think before we end this topic about Lampard and Gerrard, who do you think is gonna turn it around, and who do you think is not gonna survive, or do you think both of them are gonna survive?
I think I will leave this to Daryl and Faris because obviously I'm going to be biased, right? Daryl.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not going to be biased. Let's going to start with Daryl first.
Okay, Daryl, I will ask you this question. So, Faris, you will answer Sunil's question, right? Daryl, your question is, between Gerrard and Lampard, who do you think will get the sack first?
I think, wow. I think either of them. I think it's like a 50-50 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, wait,
Okay.
it
But I
is-
think knowing the Villa owners are a bit ambitious. So I think if there's a proper manager outside that which they can bring it in, I think Gerrard might go.
And the only other manager I can think of at this point of time, right, is Pochettino. No one else.
Yeah.
If you're going to look at moving
I saw a
forward,
comment like they say Bielsa is also there, but I don't think Bielsa will come back to England.
nah. And I think Bielsa is not going to suit, or Villa isn't going to suit Bielsa because they are just too. He requires a lot of pressing, and I don't think the Villa squad, the current squad, can do that.
Is your heart ready or not? Tips if Bielsa comes in, that means they keep pressing and pressing and pressing the lobangs at the back.
Until the 92nd minute.
They will keep pressing. I think game end also they continue pressing, and he will sit in the bucket. Or you know what Bielsa will do? He will say, "Give them the goal, give them the goal." That's what he did in the championship. But Faris, I think Sunil's question to you was between these two, who would you want to do well, right? Turn it around.
Obviously, I mean, without any bias, Aston Villa. Well,
All right, okay.
yeah,
Okay,
I
guys,
think
we
Everton
will-
will not survive the season.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
Okay,
And the rate
guys,
they're going like.
let's move on to the next topic. Okay, I want to bring this up. Leeds keep. Hey, wait, guys, the Chelsea fan is here. He
Oh,
finally made it out of the
finally.
cave
Where is he?
after the 3-0 loss.
Which block?
Again, he's not at home. Probably at a park drinking somewhere. And then he's going to say sorry and the Wi-Fi. Let's bring in Mr. Diwagar. Diwagar,
Hi, can you hear me?
Chelsea.
Hi, can you hear
I
me?
can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm good.
we
I'm good.
can.
Yeah.
D,
Night walk.
Where?
How's everyone?
last week you were under block drinking. This week what are you doing?
I'm at the home of Singapore football at the moment. I'm walking out, so it's a bit dark at the moment. So yeah. So
It's
sorry
okay.
for the light.
I know we know you're in a cave. That's why it's dark.
I have to hide after the game.
Hey, but okay. I tell you what. We're going. You do what you do. Okay. Come to the open. But before that, guys, What is this? 3-0. Did anyone expect this scoreline?
I didn't expect a big score. I didn't expect Man City would trash them, but I know Newcastle would give them a fight. I knew.
Bro, Leeds
No,
and
no,
Chelsea, bro.
at least
Oh,
Chelsea.
Leeds and
Ah,
Chelsea. No, I didn't expect this. No, no.
3-0. Faris. Faris went blank. Doesn't know what to say. Already.
I'll go first.
Okay, go Sunil.
I think what I saw from the game was after the first goal, I think Tuchel had no answer to Jesse Marsh's form of football. You know, so after a while, I was thinking myself, oh, it could become two, and it did become two, and then
Mhm.
I was looking, and it could become three, and yes, it did become three. Like, I think it got compounded by the fact that Koulibaly got sent off.
Yeah,
Yeah, two yellows. Was it two yellows?
two
Yeah,
yellow.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got two yellows and he got sent off. So I think even Tuchel was just stunned. But that is the magic of the Premier League. You know, that's what it makes. That's what makes Premier League so exciting to watch. I mean, if you look at League One, okay. I
yep.
mean, no offense to all the Nice and Lille fans, but look at what PSG is doing. Look at what PSG is doing. PSG is doing like what 7-1. The previous game was what 8-1. You know,
Yep.
it's like a two-horse race. I mean, not even a two-horse race, like a one-horse race. It
One
doesn't
horse.
make it exciting at all. You know, and
It's a
like
Mbappe Neymar race.
exactly who can score more goals. You see,
Yeah.
who can score the fastest goal? I think. Huh?
But you see,
Mm.
for my take, right, because I was watching second half of that game lah. So the first
Mm.
half I was watching the West Ham Brighton game. Second
Mm.
half I switched, right? And the reason I switched was because of the comments in our group chat.
Mm. 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 So good the comments.
Where you go?
So good the comments that he went to look for it.
Hey, can you all see me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
Farid.
yeah,
Hello.
yeah,
We
yeah,
can
yeah.
see you.
Oh, okay. So from just now, you all can see me.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
see you, Farid. It's just that I think you
I was
went quiet for a while.
no because my screen suddenly went out from Restream. I was logged out from Restream.
Mm. Anyway, sticking to
Yeah.
what we spoke about
It was
with
Chelsea,
the
right? Chelsea
yeah
Leeds, right?
Chelsea and what do you call it? Leeds. Yeah,
Leeds.
what a shock.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Farid.
Koulibaly. What? You see the Premier League. Premier League. Look at Premier League. They say, oh, is it the best league in the world? Fucking Koulibaly. He went somewhere, go buy Bali, come back. I
I think I
mean,
have to
yeah,
agree with Faris, because if you look at Koulibaly, in the end, you could tell that he was frustrated. He was
yeah, because
really
it
No,
was
no, I
too
think
fast for
the
him.
no, I think the first one wasn't a yellow card lah. I think that one was a bit harsh. The first yellow.
the
No,
first
lah,
one
he
was
was pulling
hard.
the
Yeah,
shirt
yeah.
all the way, bro. I think about 2 meters. He pulled the fellow's shirt.
I think he was a bit pissed off with the first one, and then the second one straight away they no chance
Yeah.
given lah.
No, where's Steven?
Tips is
Then the
coming
group,
back, coming back soon.
and I think
What about-
Chelsea really need a striker, man. I don't care who they go and get. They better go and get anyone, man. I think even Peter Crouch also would help them, man. I think they really need a striker, man.
yeah,
Hey, but
Daryl,
Chelsea is really humbling. Their performance humbling their fans.
And the worst part is I cannot tahan the Thomas Tuchel's comments after the game. He said that Chelsea were the better team and Leeds were not as good. I was like, are you serious? Leeds
Tuchel is
outran them like 11 kilometers or something like that the whole game.
Never mind, lah. If
Tuchel
I'm
is
the Leeds manager, I'll just tell him, okay, lah, you team B, lah. I just wanted 3 points. You know, like what Mourinho said. Lah.
He didn't even give a credit to the manager and Chelsea. I don't understand. I think something is wrong with him after the Conte thing.
I think we also have to pinpoint, like Daryl, what you said. You know, like if you look at Chelsea, what has gone wrong? You know, like okay, if you look at the stats of their front man, like look at Havertz. I think he's 70 million signing. Yeah, and his returns are like what? I mean, okay, like he's playing in a false nine role. I don't know how he's adapting to it, but his returns are like 9 goals, 10 goals.
Actually, Havertz is actually a good player. I just feel that he's just out
Yeah.
of position. This is not his position.
Doesn't fit in the system.
Yeah, it doesn't fit in that 3-4-3.
One comment from this Prem now. Tuchel is a bad apple. Couldn't give credit to Leeds. Tuchel complained too much about his squad. And if he has LFC midfield, he might just die.
I think we got Diwakar back. Diwakar, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, yes, Diwakar, loud
Yeah,
and
bro.
clear. What do you think about the match? What do you think about the match? What happened? I mean, like, I thought it was a glitch in the system or what? What happened to Chelsea?
So I felt that we deserved to lose. Before the start of the game, I felt that we weren't going to win. I thought we were going to draw the game because the way that we lined up. I don't know what Tuchel is thinking. He's trying to play Loftus-Cheek as a wing back. I mean, he can play in many positions. But wing back, when you got Reece James, I mean, okay, obviously you've got a centre back problem at the moment because he's trying to. Why didn't we start with Aspilicueta in the first place?
Yep.
I mean, he's a good. He can play as a centre back. He's been proven to play as a centre back at so many points. And our front three, I'm not convinced. Like Mason Mount is okay. Sterling is a good player, but on his day it depends. And once the first goal went in, I think we lost a lot of confidence. After that, I felt like we didn't deserve to win. I felt like we were outclassed a bit for sure because Leeds outran us, to be honest. And once someone outworks you, you're done, And to be very, very honest, I think Chelsea is in the shit right now. So yeah,
So moving forward, do you think this is going to be a recurring thing? Like, is this something that Chelsea fans have to really be worried about?
Yeah, I think we should because going forward, I don't like we don't have a proper striker, which is very worrying. I don't know why we sold.
Aubameyang, right? They're
Sorry?
going to get him, right? They're getting Aubameyang, right?
Yeah, I think they are negotiating for him.
Does that solve our issues? I don't know. Is that a long-term solution? I don't think so. Maybe it's a short-term one. But even Aubameyang,
Panic buy, bro.
Sorry?
It's a panic buy, is it?
I think it's a panic buy. I think it's a big panic buy. And we are trying to play Havertz as a striker, which is sorry for the background noise. We want to play Havertz as a striker, which he can do, but so far he's not been proven to be a good striker to start with. He's a centre attacking mid. He's always been an attacking mid. So and we even have good wingers. We have Pulisic on the bench. I don't know what he's doing on the bench. And the biggest problem is I feel without Kante and without Kovacic, I think we are absolutely done in midfield. Kovacic
is injured.
Yeah, they're injured. That's the thing. Both of them are injured. So now then we have to play. Gallagher is good, but he's not Kovacic. And I mean, Jorginho is a good player, decent player on his day, but he's no Kante. Let's be honest. We need Kante.
D, you're right, D. Are you getting arrested? Are you getting arrested because of Tuchel's mistake?
It's not me. Someone else. Someone else is sorry, not me.
Okay, I'm just checking up on you if you're okay. Okay, don't take the rap for the mistake and the crime that Tuchel committed. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I'm ready to go in at this point. To just
you're ready to go in? D, you're a young chap. D, you still got a long head, man. Long future ahead of you. Don't give it up because a game of football. Okay.
No, I'm done. After that 3-0 loss, I'm done. We lost to Leeds. How do you lose to Leeds, man?
Hey, but you have to give props to Leeds. Leeds have been playing a good form of football, like under Jesse Marsch.
Yeah.
They have been attacking. They have been, even though they lost Calvin Phillips, they lost Rafinha. You actually see
I thought they were dead, after they lose the both of them. I thought it was it for them.
Exactly. I think in our preseason predictions, everyone was thinking that, they're going to go down, But look at Jesse Marsch. He's been doing wonders. The only question is whether he can keep it up.
And I think I don't know whether you guys have read this from Prem. Tuchel is a bad apple. Couldn't give credit to Leeds. Tuchel complains too much about his. Didi, do you think right now your coach, he's overly snarky and he's a really a whinge bag. He's always whining and he's such a bad sport, a sour grape at best. And also another thing that I want to question, right? Because with Chelsea right now, it's a bit of a scattergun approach when it comes to their transfer. They are scouring around the world and they're getting anybody who has 2 feet and breathe oxygen. Anybody who does that, all right, they are going to put at least 50 million on their forehead. But the question is, with all the purchases that Tuchel have made, none of them has actually worked to a T. So do you trust him with the money, with the budget that's given to him?
And just to add on, what Ann said, I think what there was reported earlier today is they're going for 60 million for Gordon.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lee? What do you think?
So crazy money is being banded around for Chelsea. But if I'm the owner right now, I'm looking at Tuchel, dude, I'm not comfortable, man, investing the shitload of money into a manager that has been proven to be a failure when it comes to the transfer front.
No, I think they don't have a director, right? They are just still sorting out that issue first.
Yeah.
So everything is...
They're doing everything.
Yes. okay, I want him, 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 I want him. You know that kind of thing. It's just
Yeah.
everything is panic now for them, man.
Steve, so what right now on the transfer front? What's the approach? And I think you guys spoke about Aubameyang as well, but I think more is needed, especially in the middle of the park, man.
Yeah, definitely. I think without Kante and Kovacic, I think we don't have that kind of legs, that kind of midfield. Kovacic is someone that can bring the ball forward, is a creative midfielder. And you see how his energy work with like Kante, they both got so much of energy. Jorginho, he tackles the next year. So then we have a big problem there in midfield. I think in the central midfield we have a lot of issues. If we don't solve that, I think it's going to be a very big problem for us this season. Transfer wise, we are in the mud lah. We are going 60 million for Gordon. We are going for Aubameyang.
What about Maguire? He
If Maguire comes to Chelsea, I'm not watching. I'm going in. I'd rather go in at this point because might as well. I don't know. What kind of transfer?
Are you calling back the police? Because the siren should be sounding off right now.
I'd rather play centre back.
Hey, he's back. People is back.
He went devastated.
My bloody internet is the same as the Villa defense. I tell you.
Your internet probably would do better than Gerard right now.
I think so, yeah.
Just can tell you for free tips.
Hey, An, how are you, An? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. I can only say one thing, all right? This Arsenal loving that you guys have been giving, I'm not used to it, man.
I'm also not used to it, man.
Give me the all on in first episode. I want that, all right? 3 games on the trot losing. That's what I'm used to. I'm not used to this at all. I'm not used to this. But Saliba. All right, guys. What's the next agenda? Steve?
Let's move, guys. This is the next one. Not this, but this one. So we spoke about the supposed golden boys earlier, Lampard and Gerrard. Let's talk about Rodgers. Literally all the 4 English managers lost, minus Eddie Howe, right? And Graham Potter, the proper media darlings. But these two, Rodgers and Moyes, what's happening? West Ham last season, Europa, the season before Europa, everybody had got them, probably gate crashing the top 4, and they are the only team to yet to have, get a point, let alone score a goal. What do you think, D? Nema, you look lost. Sunil, what do you think?
West Ham, I think I was surprised. I was really surprised. I think in our pre-season predictions, I think we had West Ham in the top 8. Was it top 6 or top 8?
Top 6, I think.
Yeah, I think we had them in the top 6. So like watching them play right now, it's been quite shocking. Especially the fact that they have actually gone out and signed a few players. They are not a bad team. Yep. Like you can see, they had Declan Rice. They went out, they splurged money on Skamaka. But it's just that things have not been working out for them. I think moving forward, Moyes could be questioned. Really, like he could be pinpointed as a scapegoat for their failures, and I don't know. It could be really soon before he goes out.
Or do you think it could be because West Ham teams have probably learned how West Ham plays, watching them the last season, the season before, probably teams have adapted because honestly, unlike any other team, they haven't lost any of their players. They actually went to reinforce their squad. So why? What could be? Daryl, what do you think?
I think it's too early lah, because I think the first game they played Man City. Okay, that's we can't do anything. Then they played Nottingham Forest after so many years. Nottingham Forest back in the Premier League, home game is going to be very tough. Okay, it's going to be very tough. Then and I think we should also give Graham Potter some credit lah. Brighton is actually a very good team, man.
Correct, and Brighton.
I think Brighton can cause anyone any problem. Do not leave West Ham alone. Any team, any problem. That's how good Brighton is. So I think it's still too early for David Moyes.
Okay, so do you think the West Ham fans have to be concerned right now?
No.
You think they're still in good hands?
Yeah.
Okay. Fares, Leicester, Brendan Rodgers. I think this is a topic we probably knew would be coming because, ever since they won the title in 2016, all they have been doing is they have to be a self-sustainable club. So they have to sell their best assets and then reinvest and buy players, the Moneyball game, right?
Yeah.
But They sold Maguire in 2018, 2019. They bought the place, but it's all drying up now. The owners are not, or the owner is not spending the money according to Rogers. According to Rogers, they have to sell to buy. And I think, if I'm not wrong, correct me, they are still the only club not to have bought anyone yet.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right. I think like moving forward, it could get worse, no, because I think they finally sanctioned the sale of Fofana. They have,
Is it?
they have agreed to let go of Fofana, but I don't know if it's official yet, lah. But I think they have resigned to the fact that yeah, Fofana wants to move on, and we are going to let him go.
Okay. So, Faris, what do you think?
I mean, for me, Leicester is already a drying club. They're drying up. They still have Buddy. They're still relying on Buddy, Madison. Then they still have this and Didi, all Evans. So I think, yeah, lah, you need new blood, lah. You need new blood to come and give
But what's
some
funny, right? They
new
have
spark,
Patson
lah.
Daka, they have Ilanicho, two strikers. Ilanicho, whenever he plays, he scores. I think not last season,
I
but the
mean,
season before, whenever he came on.
Daka had his, it was a good introduction, but then slowly it went, so it was just a hype thing, one time thing, or maybe last season. Then from there, but then again, it's only 3 games. It's 3 games in a season. So early days, lah. Early days.
True, but I mean, if we think about it, right? If you fall behind far too early, the chances of recovery may not be that great. You know, I mean, perfect case in point, Villa. The next 3 games they're playing West Ham, Man City, Liverpool. We are fucked. We are right? West Ham hasn't scored a goal, hasn't gotten a point. Next season they come to Villa Park, we're like, yay, it's Christmas came early for you
No,
guys.
bro,
You know
you're
what you
you're
do?
only fucked if you're going against Arsenal because they are team to beat at the moment.
I
Liverpool
think
still
everybody wants a
injuries.
piece of the cake, lah.
I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this. Bring me back the old Arsenal.
D, I want to hear from you, D. You look very lost. You're looking everywhere except the camera.
Outside the police station, tips.
Do you
Just
think
for
Leicester has to be afraid? He's
His cave very busy, bro. His cave is very busy today.
He's very busy. He's like,
Yeah.
but you got to give it to the man, lah. He's still wearing the Chelsea mask, lah.
And that's why he's getting arrested, tips.
Hey, but D, I want to hear. What do you think? Do you think Leicester has to be afraid this season?
100%. They don't look like the same side that they used to be. I don't see any.
You don't look like the same person I spoke to last week as well.
Yeah, you're
Hello?
getting softer. So
Can somebody hear me? I'm underwater. Your water, many.
Y'all can't hear me.
D, I think you're a bit soft. You're a bit soft.
A bit is
Bit
an
soft.
understatement. Sunil is very nice, actually.
Not in nature, but in terms of your voice.
Not in it.
Go.
Sunil, I'll
D
come
is
back to you again.
D is okay, D. It's okay. It's the thoughts that counts, huh?
No, I'm here.
Okay, D, I tell you what, D, I'm going to put you in the background. Sort out your music, okay?
D has been demoted.
You went to visit his IO first.
Okay. Then I'll pose this question to you. I asked you earlier, do you think Leicester has to be concerned?
Yeah, I think Leicester has to be concerned. I think Brandon need to go back to the drawing board, start from scratch again. He can't depend on Jamie Vardy. This guy is his pace is getting slower. I think he need to go back from the drawing board.
But Daryl, sorry,
Yeah.
question is, how do you actually reset everything back to square one if you don't have the financial means? Because that's what Leicester are facing right now. He's not getting the financial support. So I think it's a tinge unfair on him.
Yeah. So he needs to do it smartly, lah. So like the money with Fofana, or I heard Newcastle also wanted Madison, right? I'm not sure, Sunil. I think try to get in 2 or 3 youngsters and start from scratch.
But D, I mean, I agree with you that Rodgers has to go back to the drawing board. But is it too late? I mean, we are already 3 games into the season, no?
It is.
It's already 2 games in the season, and teams are not going to be willing sellers, especially if they know that they can't get a good replacement in. So is it really? It looks like it's really gonna get worse for Leicester before it gets better.
I heard Tillemans and all that also has been linked out and all that. So he really needs to use the money when he sell them wisely. I think a 2 or 3 transfer window. Now just start fight, just try to stay up in the Premier League. Then from there, slowly move up.
But will they have enough for this season? Do you think, D?
I still think Brendan is a very good manager. I think he can do something.
I agree.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna bring back D. Looks like he's settled down in one place.
Don't waste time, lah, Tip. This guy waste of space, lah.
In the cell, in the cell already.
Guys, I'm just gonna move on to the next topic. Right?
Now waiting for the guarantor to come in.
Baylor.
Match of the season so far, guys. Sunil,
Okay, bye.
Hold your horses, huh?
Stay for this lah.
Bye.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Refocus.
Okay, the part 2 will continue right after 12 a.m. Okay,
I will go on my own. Okay, I will go on my own.
Guys, I call this the Habibi Derby. This is the Habibi Derby, the oil derby, But damn, what? D, you need to stop making that face, D. But what a game! 3-3. I mean, Man City was up 1-0, within the first 5 minutes, and we all thought, normal business resumes. They're going to score 5 goals. They're going to beat the living shit out of Newcastle, but Newcastle proved everyone wrong. Literally. I mean, I'm speechless, right? I mean, I'm not going to go to Sunil. Wait, Sunil, you can wait. You will have your moment, right? But
Habibi under the eye.
Daryl, with Man City, did you expect? I mean, a draw would have been fine, but do you expect the game to be played that way at a point of time, right?
So that's how you beat. That's how you go toe on toe with Man City. There's not a lot of clubs, like what you said. Only Liverpool does it in the recent years. There's not a lot of clubs can go toe to toe with Man City, and I think Newcastle show it. If you want to beat them, you need to sacrifice. You need to throw men forward to go. Yeah. But I think I expected a City win, but with like 1-0 or something like that. But I expected Newcastle to give them a fight. I always rate Eddie Howe as a very good coach. I remember even last season when they were in the relegation zone with Steve Bruce, and I think you all asked me this question: do I see Eddie Howe can change things? I was fully backing this guy because this guy's Bournemouth football is amazing to watch at times. So, and I like the way how Newcastle moves things. Slowly. You don't need to rush for the big names. I really like this club, and St. James Park was buzzing that day, man.
Yep.
It was crazy.
And on that point, right, Faris, I just want to highlight to you, there was a point of time where this is something you will never ever see, right? Newcastle had 94% possession, and Man City had 6% possession.
You know why, Tips?
Oh, really?
They bought over Optajo. They bought over the stats company to make them look good.
But 94%. I was looking at it. I was watching the game like, what the flying fish? Like you will never see that ever again, right? It's like once in a lifetime. But D, I want to hear you, D. At least now, I want to give you the opportunity.
Wait. Tips, you gotta check the background first. Okay, just now was inside the cell. Now outside already.
I'm back.
10 minutes your time. Don't drop the soap.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, D. Okay, dear.
Yeah, I'm good.
Crispy lah.
Go up sooner.
Yeah, now tell me what's up.
I tell you what's up. What do you ask you? What do you make of this 94% possession for Newcastle and 6 for City?
Yeah, they played really well. They played really well. I think at one point they were on top of Man City, which is something that you don't see often. A lot of teams don't really control the ball against Man City, but I think the way that they played against them, I think shocked Man City more. I think that's because of players like St. Maximin, Almiron, and I think Callum Wilson. I think that it shocked them a little bit more that these kind of players, and especially Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes played a very good game, by the way. I think he had a very, very good game. The way they kept pressing them and made them lose the ball. And the thing is, Newcastle actually from last season, they had the ability to hold the ball quite well. I think they have good players to do that, technical players to do that, which I think shocked Man City quite a bit. That's what I feel. Also, Man City at the same point, some of their players, I think weren't on it on that point of time. I think they were just a bit lackluster. I think after the second goal went in, I think they were just a bit lackluster. So
Okay, guys. At this point of time, there was a certain Habibi, right? Sunil, not you. You wait. There was a certain Habibi who said that, you know what? One game at a time, Habibi. This guy is called because one game at a time.
Alamak!
Boy.
This guy coming mainstream lah.
Okay,
Zam.
thanks for watching. I will take my leave.
Okay, guys, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching the Big Focus. Have a good night.
We're all leaving. We're gonna let Zam and Sunil talk, okay? All of us are gonna leave, all right? Zam and Sunil will talk.
Wait, hey, wait, the rest. Come on, man, come on.
Zam, what do you have to say for yourself?
Hey, what is this? We give them the chance to talk. They don't want to talk. What is this?
Stare down first. Stare down first.
Okay, guys. But I got a serious question. I think last week in my preview show, right, I actually advanced this question to many of the viewers, right? Are we looking at a potential freak season where Newcastle does something bizarre? And I'm talking in a really positive connotation when I say this, right? And I'm looking at the upper spectrum of the league table because we've seen this with with Leicester. And I see a lot of Newcastle. And, you know, I was on the battering end, right? Last year, they were the one who have effectively killed our Champions League hope. And there was that one match that I could concede defeat wholeheartedly because we were outplayed, we were outclassed, we were outfought every department. And I told my Arsenal boys, right, with a few more transfers, this guy here, Newcastle, they can actually make for a really strong push in terms of not the title yet, but actually to disrupt the European party. I'm talking about the top 6, not even top 8, top 6. So the question is, maybe we can give to Daryl, to D, Haizam, and even you yourself, Tips. Are we looking at a team that could potentially upset the European bubble? Maybe Daryl?
I don't think it's too early for them this season. I think like what I say, step by step first. Top 8 finish first, then I think maybe next season then we can think about that. Okay. I don't know why. I just cannot tahan when I see the Joelinton play as a centre mid. I feel it's so bloody awkward, yeah. I just see him like what is he doing there? I don't understand.
I saw something online about how Joelinton is actually a ball-winning midfielder. Like he cannot he cannot score to save his life as a striker. But apparently, for him to win the ball as a pressing forward, his stats are better as a midfielder. So I think that's for reason Eddie Howe actually converted him to becoming that ball-winning midfielder. And I agree with you. Like looking at Joelinton playing as a ball-winning
like seeing Van Nistelrooy playing at a centre mid.
This is some FIFA level of shit, yeah. Like you convert someone to play a position where you thought, hey, how come he's playing this position?
Yeah.
Once again, Steve Bruce master stroke right there.
Hey, who gave this Habibi permission to talk?
Sorry. Mute myself.
Joelinton, right, is the perfect lady boy story. You know, if you are not good enough as a boy, try be a lady. If you can't be a striker, be a midfielder.
Can be on top, go in the middle of it.
Yes.
But coming back to Ant's question, for me, I think it's still a bit. I mean, it is not a season too early because we all know the World Cup is coming up in December, November, December, and I think you said this, Ant, and I think I stand by it as well.
Yeah.
With the World Cup, with all the top teams having their players going on duty for a month, and if you're looking at the likes of Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, they are going to have a lot of players who are going to be away. United as well, right? So this does give the other teams an opportunity to actually surprise people when the league resumes in December. And of all the teams, like Newcastle, West Ham, Leicester, Brighton, Villa, everyone else, right? I think Newcastle stands the best chance at this point of time outside the traditional top 6. I think Newcastle is 7th.
I agree.
And this is not because of the money. Yes, the money did enable them to buy Bruno and whoever, but Eddie Howe. I think outside the traditional top 6 at this point of time, I think not even West Ham, not even Brentford or Brighton. I think Newcastle is currently in that 7th place.
And look at what money can do for you, right? He entered Newcastle as a slop, in terms of his physique. right? Almost 1 year later, he looks like he's ready for WWE SummerSlam.
You don't know who,
That
Jolinton
guy
or
is
you don't know
jacked, man.
Eddie Howe, Eddie Howe.
Jolinton, right?
No,
Eddie
no,
Howe lah.
Eddie Howe.
Eddie Howe. Yeah.
The
Exactly.
power of
He
money.
will bring his son on as a substitute as well. But guys, I think it's time we let Sunil talk. Sunil,
Uh,
3-3. What was
okay,
going through your
Mama.
mind? What was going through your mind?
Okay lah. I'll be very neutral about this. I'll try lah. Okay. So we talk about it from before the game. You know, I think we were talking about it in the chat, right? And then we were asking like, Sunil, what's your predictions for this? I honestly said that I think it will be close. We might lose, but I don't see us losing by a mad scoreline. But as a Newcastle fan, after they scored after 5 minutes, I was like, all the memories of Steve Bruce came back to me, and I was like, hopefully we don't crumble. But our response though, I think even Man City was like, what's going on? Like people can play against us. I think like all positions we were.
Who focus on me? Why you focus on me?
we were all the way. We were pressing them. They had no answer for us, and like even the Opta stats, the 94 and 6%. Yeah, 94 and 6%.
You bought that.
Yeah, a bit of a pain now, lah.
I think this is Man City always have an issue when they're playing away and when the whole stadium is rocking. Man City will always gabra one.
Yeah.
When they play semi-finals at Anfield and St James Park that day was amazing. Was just rocking. And City always will gabra when the whole stadium goes like that.
But you see, Daryl, you're saying in saying so, right? And then let's spin it around. All right, let's talk about Newcastle, Man City. Okay, I don't think many teams. I think you'll be really hard pressed to find another team who could not only withstand the pressure that Newcastle gave, but to actually make a comeback. I think you'll be hard pressed to find another team as good as Man City.
I don't think there's any other team except Man City will do.
Correct, bro. We will. I think Arsenal will crumble flat, and I'm sorry to say. At this current moment, Liverpool also will lie flat with their belly up. If they get that kind of pressure.
And I think the guy that Kevin De Bruyne assists, the guy the ball. I think the guy should be fined, man. The Newcastle player, bloody hell.
Hey, and it was Joe Willock. Okay, he went through his legs.
I'm not associating myself to Joe Willock.
Wait, talking about Joe Willock, did you?
What about Joe Robert?
No, not Joe Robert. Right? Man, that fella outran Kyle Walker.
Joe Willock.
But did you see what Kyle Walker did to ASM though?
From the back.
The suggestive positioning.
Was this the second half?
That was the only way that, Kyle Walker could have stopped Saint Maximin from the back.
Sunil,
that red card incident.
Hey, legend has it, the ASM now 3 months pregnant,
And he did a few thrusts,
White cream finish. Hey guys, nice chatting with you all. Tips. You continue the show, man. You are good as gold. I'm gonna take my leave, okay? But I'm gonna continue to listen on. All right, guys. Bye bye.
All right, have a good one.
Okay, let's hear from Zam. Let's hear from Zam.
Zam. Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the scenario, right? So you guys are 1-0 up, and or you leave the one game at a time. For you, it's like, hey, you know what, normal services, right?
Yeah.
And then I want you to tell me what happened after that 1-1, 2-1, 3-1.
Okay, I think the fact that Newcastle's counter and they press quite high. I mean, like I said, I think I had an early night. I told you guys in the chat that I had an early night. I watched the replay. I watched the highlights. So I realized that Newcastle is one of the few teams this season who actually press teams quite well. So, and I think with City, right, when you get an opponent who presses City quite high, I think that's where like what Daryl say lah, Gabra. You don't know where to because you cut off the options. Then I think with the fact that when Newcastle came back, scored 3 goals, then get 3-1, then I think that's where you realize that Newcastle are not pushover. And I think this season Eddie Howe really made a lot of magic. He bought players that fit his style of tactics. And and give credit when it's due to change Joe Linton when we thought one of the worst strikers Newcastle had to be where he is right now. That's actually an achievement that not managers can do. I think
Only
we give
Steve
that
Bruce. It's Steve Bruce.
masterstroke, Sunil.
It's Steve Bruce masterstroke. It's not idea how it's Steve Bruce. But no, Zam, at 3-1, right? So when Newcastle scored the third goal, right? What was going through your head? I mean, this is something you guys, I don't know, when was the last time you ever in such a position, 3-1 down? Oh wait,
Not
Villa,
Villa
but that was,
lah. Like, if you talk about the comebacks was the Aston Villa final game lah.
yeah, correct. Okay, 2-0, fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
okay.
forgot about that.
How can you forget that? Tips, how can you forget that?
Because
Okay,
that was
forget
last
that.
season.
I
This
will never
season is
forget
shit.
that.
Daryl Faris, you'll never forget.
I think for City, right, I think this season with the fact that we are playing differently with Haaland up front, no, we're having a pure striker. I think somehow or other the gameplay has changed, and I feel that mentally, I think the comeback, especially after the last game of that season, it seems that City has this knack of like, you know what, I think we need to go down first, get whoop, get the opponent thing, and then get the opponent leading, and then just let them lower their guard and then hit them back with with whatever whatever hand that they have whatever cards that they have in their hand, the wild card. So I think with Newcastle, I would say that it's a fair result as a City fan. To be honest with you, right, with Newcastle, I think Newcastle playing at home deserve that win, but I feel that it's just one of those days that fair result
You're being
for
too politically right. I don't like it. At 3-1, how did you feel?
No. Hey, give credit when it's due to Newcastle. I don't think before the game I don't think Newcastle will lay down to City. And like I said, this season Newcastle is technically the dark horse apart from Arsenal. No Champions League, no European commitment. Eddie Howe having that team somehow settled. One or two signings, and I think Newcastle is one of those teams that what I say this season is going to be a very, very funny season for all the teams.
Okay. And lastly, before we move to Sunil and before we wrap up this topic, right? What do you think of Foden not passing to Haaland second game in a row?
Thank God.
That one really. I think I see if you go to social media, right? Don't say Twitter. I think we all know. We all agree that Twitter is very toxic. Even everyone was asking Foden, like, why is it second time in a row, right, this season that Foden decides to do I will call a Raheem Sterling.
Yes.
Yeah, But this is something that, okay lah, third game of the season, we'll see how it goes. If it happens again, then something is somehow or other that maybe that player ego has starts creeping in. Like
Haaland FPL points are more, no?
Yeah, so I think let's see moving on, next 2-3 games, if that happens again, that scenario happens again, then I think questions definitely will be asked. But I think you can see that when Foden didn't pass, right, I think Pep was
furious. Pep was furious.
I was like, how can you not pass? Like, why is it you're not passing to him? Like, it's ridiculous, Like, I mean, if you say that you have a good, good positioning, I mean that was a square pass, I mean, even for amateur players like us, we know that you can just pass.
Yep.
It's a tap in So I think moving forward, we can see that if that happens again, then surely something is that ego power play in that sense
Okay. So we'll take this comment. Newcastle is a different team this season. Don't be surprised if they finish the top 10 this season. Liverpool should get a player like Saint Maximin. Michael's probably a Liverpool fan last day saying that. But Sunil, 3-1 up, 3-3. What are your final thoughts?
Okay, we have to give credit to Man City okay, because at the end of the day,
their room
because at the end of the day, of course, this is all the
Habibi
Dhabi. So I think we have to give credit to them because they came out in the second half, right? When they pressed Newcastle, they were on fire, They were really pushing Newcastle, but credit to Newcastle. I think we really held our own against the champions. Rodri was, even when we were pushing them, when we were really going at them, you look at their players, there is a gulf in class. you look at Rodri. Rodri was massive. What we did is we identified Kyle Walker as the weak link. You know, he couldn't keep up with Maximin. Maximin was having one of those games. He just kept pushing and pushing. All our attacks came from our left, you know, City's right. And, you know, we really did expose them, you know. But then if you look at the second half, the response from City to come, they were 3-1 down. And they came back 3-2. And then they came back 3-3. And then they kept pressing. So I think it was, to be honest, I mean, as a Newcastle fan, I was a bit disappointed because at 3-1, I thought that, oh, you know, Trippier's free kick sealed it. But I knew that City had it in them. If you look at how they responded last season against Villa and everything, it was crazy. But what a game. What a game. Even for neutrals, right? It shows that hey, Arsenal, wait. It shows that you know, City can be beaten. You bring the game to them. You know, don't just lay over and offer, you know,
your backside.
Offer for free. You know, because that's true. You know. Yeah, so I think all in all, it was a stunning game. It was a stunning game. Yeah. And okay, going back to Heiko's comment about top 10.
Golf, it was a golf derby.
Okay lah. You know, I think top 10 is
achievable lah, definitely lah.
It's achievable lah. Yeah. So yeah.
You
gonna say top 6, right?
I'm telling you, stop becoming Haizam. He's one game at a time. You like top 10 achievable. Of course, it's achievable. Alright, guys, let's move on.
Remember the Habibi derby.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the last topic. I mean, the match of the week, right? The Northwest Derby. Yesterday, when I asked Daryl, you want to be on the show? He said, sure. Like the Liverpool better win tomorrow. Man, United knocked Liverpool cold. I mean, to be very honest, I had this feeling that, you know, probably they will do one over Liverpool. Not because it's United, but, you know, it's just that thing, right? You know, when teams are just down and, you know, you thought, you know, that you know, you're going to beat them. But Liverpool had injuries. You know, we know Thiago is out. Their center, the central midfield is quite, I think, weak, if I'm not wrong. We'll hear from the boys. So, 2-1. Before I go to Daryl and before Faris, who's actually in the cave already, and the other person in the cave never came. Oh, wait, he is here. D. This fella go on to cave. Come off.
But I tell you, this guy's cave interesting, no? Sometimes got dark, then now got light.
Faris, gentleman.
Gentleman, huh?
Yeah, gentleman now.
Not walking under shelter.
I want
Bail out already.
Guys, thank you.
All right, guys. So, Daryl, I mean, I suppose you watched the game, right? 3 a.m. game.
Yep.
Run me through your thoughts. How were you feeling?
It started from 2 a.m. when the lineup came out, and I see James Milner starting. I know, okay, something is not going to be right today. And I see Manchester United lineup, then I know already, okay, I think got chance today, we cannot fuck already. Because I see Harry Maguire on the bench, I thought, okay, game over already. They finally realized to not start Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw. That's when when the game start, I think James Milner is too old.
Yeah, he's 36.
Yeah, he's too old.
And I think we really need midfielders in. I know that they are waiting to get the proper guy, the right midfielder and all kind of thing. But I think they really need to have a plan B because they want Bellingham next summer. So I think I think one Bellingham is not enough. I think they really need to overhaul the whole midfield. I think sooner Anderson will take over the Milner role, you know, the guide, the youngster, that kind of thing. Naby Keita is always injured, Ox is always injured, Thiago is always injured, and we really need at least 2 or 3 world-class players because yeah.
No, I was just gonna add on, but yeah, go ahead.
Because at the start of the transfer window, they actually wanted to sign to Chumani from the French league. Yeah, and I think there were talks going until Madrid came and took him away. So Klopp knows that that is a position that he needs to strengthen. Klopp knows. But I know, and for the past few weeks, you know, he's been saying that, we have enough of that, we have enough. And I think 2 days ago, he's suddenly saying that it's not under his control. He's like literally throwing FSG under the bus already lah. So it's not under his control in the final. So we don't know what is what lah. So I really think that they need at least one before the transfer window close. Because if if they don't get one before transfer window close, like what I said in my Facebook comment, this league is going to be like a French league and a Bundesliga league where Manchester City is just going to run away with it with 17, 18
But
points.
then somebody is going to come and say, "Hello, Manchester United." Okay.
But yeah, okay, like talking about Manchester United, I think give them credit. They played very well yesterday. They played really, really very well. I think if Brentford would never whacked them, I think Liverpool would have won yesterday. I think after the Brentford whacking, they run. I heard they
woke
run
up.
about woke up. They run
13.8
about
kilometers, right?
50
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they really woke up an idea on that. So give them the credit. Yesterday they played well.
I mean, an interesting point that I want to ask Faris that Daryl said. Klopp said that he needs to have that support that he's not getting, right? That's what you said, right, Daryl?
I just want to
Yeah.
ask Daryl this. I just want to ask one question to Daryl, since a Liverpool fan to another.
Mm.
Last season, okay, look at the squad right now. Last season we only bought Konate, and
Yeah.
in January we bought Yes. A few of our players get injured here and there. Why was nobody questioning the transfer?
I was
Because
Why
going to
last
ask
now,
you.
why when we were winless, when we are winless for 3 games,
Mhm.
everybody starts to go against I've seen on Twitter, I've seen on Facebook, FSG out. Klopp need to wake up. We need new signings.
That's all
But
rubbish.
why after only the third game?
I know I've been saying this for
Hmm.
even last season also. Like we lost the title for by 1 point,
Yeah.
and we lost the Champions League final. We don't have that. If you shut Liverpool front three in the front, the goals are not going to come from the midfield at all.
Yeah.
We don't have a Gundogan. We don't have De Bruyne. We don't have Bernardo Silva. We
Yeah.
need players like that. We need players like that. So, like example, like for yesterday's game, okay, Salah scored, but if none of them scores, nobody scores. That's it, game over.
Yes. Yes.
And
Correct.
season by season, I think the midfield is getting old. We need to really overhaul the whole midfield. Thiago is what 31 now. Then uh, Anderson is also 31, 32 already. We can't
Can,
depend. Like
can,
what I
can
say, we
show
can't
again?
depend
Can
on
show again what the fella say?
what he said.
Want to read?
Because your
Sorry.
legend, Mr. Gordon,
Is it
I will
because
read.
your
I
legend
will
Jamie
read for
say
you
he's
guys.
very
Is
confident?
it because your legend Jamie say he is very confident that Liverpool going to win 6-0 to 7-0?
Is
Is
he
it
even a
because he
legend?
is overconfident? I said we know what happened to people that talk big. Yeah, I
okay.
guess so. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I understand when
okay.
people talk big. When people say, what you call that?
FDJ is like
Hashtag
No,
empty,
but
empty Old Trafford. But
yeah.
it wasn't
no,
empty.
but I know
But
Menu
only empty talks.
will turn up yesterday. Would have turned up yesterday.
Sorry, Daryl, you were saying what?
I know. I think I knew Menu would turn up yesterday. I knew that definitely they would turn up yesterday.
But actually,
I
yes,
want
no.
to.
I do have this feeling. I don't know why, but since the last week, I just have this feeling that we're gonna lose.
Oh,
When
really?
we draw with Palace, I
Yeah.
just have a feeling that we lose. Then after that, I was talking to myself and saying that Liverpool is not ready yet. The injuries we have, I don't
Mm.
think they are ready yet. You know, Elliot and the Fabio
Fabio.
is too young to start.
Yeah.
Then Milner is too old to start. So we got nowhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not upset with the loss actually. To be honest,
Mhm.
I'm not upset with the loss. I'm happy that we gave it to United. This weakened Liverpool team gave the game to we give it the game we gave the game to United lah. I'm really happy with that because as you can see, and furthermore, United is not playing Eden Ten Hag ETH no game. They are playing One Ghana Socia. Ole Ghana Socia. Sorry, One
Yeah. Only. Only.
Yeah,
Nene.
no, because
Oh, Nene. What's your name? Oh, Nene.
yeah, I mean they are playing Ole's game yesterday. It wasn't Ten Hag's game because Ten Hag had that tiki taka possession thing, right?
Yeah.
But yesterday was all about counter attacking, and it was Ole's team. And imagine last season they never buy Ronaldo. I think Ole will still be playing, will be managing the team. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I just wanted to ask this question. So we actually have a last minute entry, a menu fan who's actually going to join and give it his thoughts.
Is it-
Before that, I want to throw this question to D. D, Leicester, since 2016, one title. Liverpool, one title in the last 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say of this?
Well, Leicester's title was a one-off thing. I feel after that, the next season, you see, they struggled a little bit. The next season, Liverpool have been quite consistent the last few years. They've been winning. They've been Champions League finalists. They have won the title. They've won Champions League, so they've been quite consistent. I think. Sorry, I want to ask the United game. Why didn't Fabinho start? Was it because of a tactical reason or because he was injured?
No,
He was-
Ask Daryl and Faris that.
So Klopp was saying that his answer was something like a bit funny lah,
Tactical,
we have
right? He was
senior-
saying tactical. Yeah.
something like we have senior players in front of him. So I don't know whether he's doing it on purpose to prove to FFG that fuck, get me another midfielder in.
But if Fabinho played that game, I feel like he would have done a good job because the United midfield completely outran the Liverpool midfield. And Fabinho's presence would have given Henderson and if let's say Milner or Harvey Elliott to go forward even more. So I thought it was a bit weird that he dropped Fabinho. Fabinho is a good passer of the ball and Fabinho can run. Such a good runner as well. It would have given Henderson so much more of a license to go forward and create something also. So I don't know why he dropped him for that. I felt like Fabinho started the game, they would have started stronger. They would have started. And okay, to be very honest, the biggest like what I said the last show, the biggest loss that they have is in Bayern Munich right now. I don't think they can ever replace him. He's an unmarkable player. He's absolutely unmarkable. Salah is somewhat you can still sort of mark him. Diaz had a decent game, but without Mane, it's a very different game for them. Mane pulls players out. He gives you fouls. He gives you everything. He works hard, and without him, I think they have a bit of a struggle. Unless Diaz can suddenly just step up, but it will take some time. But I still think they will.
Yes.
Sorry?
Yes, it's too flimsy for me, like you asked. If you compare him and Mane, yes,
Mane
has that ability, but it's just he's too skinny. Need to buff up.
I agree. But Mane is a different, like a world-class player. It's very hard to match. It's very hard to fit into that kind of player. But I feel that it will take Liverpool some time. Obviously, Salah was really struggling because he had Malaysia and Martinez constantly marking him out of the game.
Yes.
So I think that was a bit difficult.
Anyway,
Guys, what we'll do is right now we have the two menu fans in the background. So Sunil Zam, I mean you guys can stay, but we will proceed with them.
Hey, the Habibi bros want to leave lah. Don't want. This one.
Okay. If you guys want to leave, it's fine. Okay, but I can't leave yet.
This one we need the United and the Liverpool fans to talk about it, and then
I'm gonna get Daryl and Faris to stay. If you guys want to drop out, it's fine. But I am.
Hey, but I support Southampton.
No. Don't tell me Joel is coming in there.
Guys, I just want to let you all know I am not going to make these 3 hours. I am going to just make it another 15-20 minutes more because I need to sleep. I need to wake up at 6:30. But Sunil, Zami, and D, if you guys want to stay on and listen to this Comic Central after this, by all means, and if you want to drop off,
I will make my leave because I do not want to be involved in the next guest who is coming in. He will bring it to 3 hours and I need to sleep.
All right, Zami.
So,
Zami,
bye
thank you very
everybody.
much.
Bye. Take care, man.
Thank you for watching the Big Focus.
Thank you for watching the Big Focus. Abang.
I'll be here.
You the man. And do you want to stay on?
Yeah, let's go. Let's stay with me lah. Let's go lah.
Guys, so this is unplanned. This is not expected. We did not expect to have any United fans on board, right? So obviously the first person I'm going to bring on is our dear old Mark. Mark is obviously one of our next.
How's the guy?
So Mark Hauser guy, he wanted to come in to give his point of view, right? And we have the legend himself. Some say that he is Fabrizio Romano's disciple.
Twin
Some
brother.
actually says that he is better than Fabrizio Romano. Others have said that he works the day shift while Fabrizio works the night shift. Guys, we have Singapore's very own ITK. Before I bring him in, I want to let him know, can you please on your camera or not? Well, not listening, but I'll bring him in. We have Arturito Mio. Can you please on your camera? Hello, Mio.
Come on, Mio. You change your profile picture. Show everyone.
Come on,
that
Mio, on your
actually
camera.
face.
Yes, handsome, Mio. Come on.
Mio. Okay, we will let the fella sort out. Okay, Mark, so you've been hearing this, right? My man Mio's on camera, man. Okay, Mark, Mio, you stay there. You stay right there. Yes, you stay right there. But Mark, I'm gonna put this to you, right? Okay, you are definitely one of those who are Glazers out, right? Yes, you guys won yesterday.
Yeah.
Now, without the Glazers out scenario here, what do you make of yesterday's win?
Without the Glazer out.
Without the Glazers out agenda, just the match itself.
Well,
What
that's
what changes was made? Why do you think United were able to beat Liverpool? Barring injuries aside.
I mean, number one was the effort lah. The distance that they ran in the Brentford game and against Liverpool. And to me, Liverpool fans saying that they have a weak midfield like Milner. I mean, come on, guys, we played McTominay, so we have an even playing field already.
Mm-hmm.
And you all had Milner and Elliot, right? We had McTominay and we had De Gea. And De Gea can't play from the back. And you watch the whole game, right? De Gea had to pump long balls. I mean, that was the instruction from Ten Hag, right? That don't play short because you can't do it. That's how we lost.
McTominay and Miller is not apples to apples, bro.
I mean,
you can't compare a 36-year-old man to a McTominay who starts every week in, week out, bro.
No, but I mean, honestly, I'll take Milner in my squad.
Oh, then you can take him.
Yeah, you want to get the man. He's a journeyman as well.
Yeah, I know, but Tommy, I mean, you can ask Tiban. He cannot even tahan McGinn already, right? And Tommy is behind McGinn for Scotland, so you can see the playing field there already. Yeah, if he's frustrated with McGinn, right? I, as a United fan, how can I not be frustrated with McTominay?
Okay, but how did McTominay? I didn't watch the game, and the highlights was only 3 minutes long. How did McTominay play yesterday?
To be fair, he played well, lah. He played well. Because yeah.
Casemiro coming in, that's why.
Yeah, I mean, Casemiro coming to end his career, lah. Then most importantly was the effort where Rashford also turned up. Where the last 2 or 3 games he wasn't there at all, lah.
And I'm surprised that not only Rashford, like Martial turned up as well. In the whole team did play yesterday, right? But do you think this is probably because a certain Cristiano Ronaldo did not start and Harry Maguire did not play?
Well, I feel the effect was pretty big that Ronaldo didn't start. I agree with you because when Ronaldo plays, everyone have to play to him. They are always second fiddle. But when Ronaldo is not there, right, they will play like the time when we were second in the league, before Ronaldo came. So from then I see, and Maguire isn't there, so we didn't have any fear of playing the high line because Varane and Lisandro are quite pacey, lah.
So moving forward from here, right? So with the results you guys got yesterday, obviously you guys have moved on from the foot of the table, 3 points in the back, first win of the season. Where do you see yourself finishing? Again, let's not talk about Glazers. Where do you see this United team finishing?
I think before I judge this, I'll look at the next 3 games and whether he will start to really drop the English guys like Shaw, Maguire. If he drops them constantly, I see us finishing top 4. If he drops them,
I think that is the first thing you need to do. Look Shaw and Maguire not to come back to the lineup after yesterday.
Okay. And I wanna give the table to the man. The man has been asking me. He wants to come on in the show. He even got upset that we don't want to give him the link. Mio, tell us why is
he's always upset. He's always upset.
So frustrated. Tell us what is running through your mind.
People that talk big, yes. Come on, tell them.
Because I see this on Twitter that Jamie said that United will lose 6-0, 7-0, and Gary never said this is Manchester United. We are not under Ole, we are not under Ralph Rangnick. We are under Eric Ten Hag that changed the team, the whole team during the Bangkok. If you see during the Bangkok Cup, we did well, play well. Why not? We did well, play for the Bangkok Cup.
No, that was for the Bangkok Cup, bro. Honestly. No, but continue.
What I mean is United play well. I didn't expect that United will win lah. Because when I see the lineup, Varane and Martinez at the back with Malaysia. Malaysia totally put Salah in the pocket. Really, so Malaysia was putting Dalot also was pocketing Darwin. I think it was Diaz.
Diaz. Oh.
So, you see, you can see how the team play under Ten Hag. If you can see, if let's say Anthony or Gakpo comes in under this system of United, we can do well. and make it at least top 4 this season.
What about FDJ?
Rumors saying
Okay,
that
no. I'm not making fun because I read on Twitter that United may go in for a last ditch attempt to sign FDJ. Like, do you know anything about that?
we can never know because we got 300 million budget that Glazers suddenly come out of it. We all shocked of it.
So Mio, this is where I want to ask you, right? So
Yeah.
Glazers suddenly came up with 300 million budget. So at this point of time, would you want them out or in? Because if they are going to be out, then that 300 million is not going to be there. So would you want them out or would you want them in?
We definitely, as United fans, want them out because we got a potential buyer that are buying United.
But what makes you think that deal will go through? Because you see, if Glazers are going to sell the club, right? Then correct me if I'm wrong, guys. They might not have that 300 million transfer fee until the new owner comes in, right? So
no, actually, why they can spend a lot now is because they're not going to pay this amount. Even if they take the loan, it's going to be on the new owner. If the new owner buys the club, so they are trying to sustain the asset. You see, so if United are really finishing as low as possible, right, then Glazers can't sell for a lot. So to sustain the asset, they have to sell. They have to buy a lot of players using whatever loan they do, or supposedly the transfer budget, which we don't know what's the figure lah. So the more we spend, right, we know that they are selling because United never spent that kind of amount under the Glazers for 17 years. Really.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in this point, you think it's United Glazers doing it just so that they can get the player value up, move the club up the table, and then sell it off after that?
No, to me, if they sign both Gecko and Anthony, then yes, they are selling the club. Because to me, you see the Glazers out movement is so loud right now because there's a buyer. Because previously when we are protesting Glazers, if they want to sell, who they sell to? But now Radcliffe came in to say that he wants to buy a minority stake, then buy the whole club. And that's what the Glazers did when that's how Ed Woodward engineered the move to buy over United by doing a leverage buyout, which is illegal now. But what Radcliffe is trying to do is he's trying to use his company Ineos to buy over United because they churn out around 60 billion revenue per year. Yeah. So that's why to me, this why.
No, okay. So we'll keep the football politics out. I mean, we just want to talk about football, right? Yeah. But I mean, moving. Okay, let's take some comments first. Let's lighten up the mood. United need response. Finish. Full stop. But with Casemiro coming in, who's in danger of dropping their place? McTominay or Fred? Mio, who do you think will drop out? McTominay or Fred?
Both.
Then Casemiro play two-man role.
No, Casemiro will play with Eriksen and Donny van de Beek or James Garner. I don't want these two to play for United.
But I thought James Garner.
Get the hell out of the club.
I thought United is open to selling James Garner.
Yeah, but James Garner did well for Nottingham Forest. He's better than McTominay and Fred.
I read a stat that when Fred and Casemiro plays for Brazil, they never lose or something like that. Something like that, right?
Nothing.
I thought that partnership was gonna be Casemiro and Fred.
Yeah, for me, I want
you have Bruno on top.
Yeah, I want to stop of the McFred thing. This thing has to stop. McFred and one maggot at the back, which is Maguire.
He's your captain.
Maggot? Your captain?
Yeah, I call him maggot. Fat pig.
Don't call him maggot, okay?
Don't call him fat pig lah. Don't call him fat pig.
You want to buy him. You see the Chelsea must come already.
Yeah.
No, okay. Chelsea fans, please buy him. We give you.
Okay, Mark, I want to ask you this, Mark.
Okay.
You know, with
Before we, Chelsea buying Maguire is going to pay off for me because Chelsea has Kante, Leicester had Kante, so it might work out. And Chelsea plays, I think, with a back three, right? So you see, Maguire fit into a team that plays with back three.
To West Ham.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good buy for Chelsea lah.
It's good for Maguire himself to leave lah. I'm Maguire.
I agree with Faris, but on the flip side, right, because Chelsea play with a back three, and Maguire in the back three is like how they protect Rudiger in the back three.
Yeah, they made Rudiger look world class.
Yeah, until Madrid bought him, bro.
It might work out for him.
Yeah,
You
now
never know,
Chelsea
right?
are in deep trouble. Emerson is already deal done for West Ham.
But
But
what has that
They
got to do
got
with Chelsea being
Saloba
in deep?
and Reece James.
But what
Ridwan,
has Emerson moving to West Ham got to do with Chelsea being in deep trouble?
let me ask you a question, Ridwan. Okay, just to focus
Huh.
our discussion a bit. Moving forward, like okay, they got their first win. They just signed Casemiro. What else do you
Yeah,
see Man United doing? Where do you see them finishing at the end of the season? Like
I would
Mark,
say top four.
top four as
I
well.
would say top four.
So with just Casemiro coming in, you guys gonna finish top 4.
If
Right now,
I see Casemiro comes in, and with Anthony and Capo comes in, and could be as FDJ also if there's enough money lah.
so that's like 4 players coming in, lah, which I don't see it happening.
Okay, just hold your
You
thoughts
can
there,
never
Mark.
know.
Okay, hold on, Mark. Do you really think that Anthony, Gakpo, and FDJ possibly may come in?
I don't know, man, unless I'm the Glazers, man. And Ronaldo needs to leave first. Yeah.
So for you, you are saying Ronaldo has to leave first, lah.
Yeah, because of his wages, 550k per week has to go first before you buy players
Fair
of
enough.
that amount, man. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Okay, but again, we're digressing. Coming to the match yesterday, right?
Yes.
So I even lost my train of thought.
let's
Arturo Romeo is a fucking legend. You're a
let's move on
legend,
to
Art.
Liverpool. Okay, so we spoke about Man
Yeah.
United. Mark and Ridwan did chip in. They did say that with a couple more signings, they could possibly break into the top four. Which I think would be a very big achievement, lah. Possible. You never know. But what about Liverpool, Faris and Daryl? What is the next? What's moving forward? Okay, yes,
Yeah.
they have a crazy injury list. That is a
Mhm.
crazy injury list, all right. But it just show that their depth is lacking. They are lacking
Yes,
in
correct.
depth.
I
They
mean,
have been
Sunil,
exposed.
we had this chat about injury list 2 seasons ago.
Mm.
When the season that we lost to Aston Villa, 7-2, 7-1.
Okay,
So yeah.
sorry, before Faris, before you move on, sorry, just to add on,
Yeah. Mm.
that loss, right, and yesterday's loss, the similarity there was the center back pairing was Van
Yeah.
Dijk and Gomez.
Yes.
That was the only time they
No.
played together, those 2 games, and it turned out a loss. So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we had this chat before, so I'm not worried, bro, because I know that Jurgen Klopp will go through a rut because he will come up stronger. One of our worst seasons with him, we're supposed to finish fourth, we end up third. The next season we got one big
Faris,
centre back, and we went to go to the Champions League final. We went for a quadruple challenge, So I don't. I think that the team still has it, but it's just that injury. Because if you want to say about Liverpool missing money, I'm more on no. We got a replacement in Diaz, and we need to Diaz need to back up a few matches first. But I think we will come up stronger because our injuries they're gonna recover, right? So and the injury list is all the same people. They are all the same.
Yeah. Correct. It's
Thiago,
always the same
Keita,
people on.
Chamberlain.
Correct.
So the
Yes,
only difference at the moment is we don't have a Sadio Mane and Divock Origi lah. That's the only difference for me. I feel. Yeah.
correct.
And-
Faris, do you think about because Klopp having a problem when he was in 7 year in Dortmund? If you see the history of Dortmund,
No lah, bro.
Is
This one
it a
all.
problem
This
for
one.
Klopp?
This one shirik, bro. You cannot,
No,
bro.
no,
You cannot think
Shirik
that,
lah.
bro. Huh?
The Dortmund one is different. Is in a different league lah, because
Yeah. Dortmund
Dortmund one
minds.
he sell his best players to Bayern Munich every year.
Feeder
Hummels
club.
lah, Lewandowski lah, Götze lah. He's
Okay,
not-
Everyone
I wanna-
goes to Bayern. So
Okay, guys.
I mean,
so this
I'm
question was-
actually more worried.
Mhm.
No, sorry lah, United fans. But yesterday I wasn't worried about my team. I was happy that it was the best. The derby. It was one of the best since 2018. We are lacking that since 2018. Yes, we lost lah. Yada yada, we lost. So it's football. You either win, lose, or draw. So
Exactly.
yesterday we lost. I'm happy with the loss. Believe it or not, I'm satisfied lah. Satisfied because I know that my team is down.
That is
And
what
what
that is
I'm
what the mouth says, Faris. That's what the mouth says, but deep down inside,
yeah,
I feel your
no. But really, yesterday I was, you know, you should know lah. You see my Facebook. I'm not as sour as other losses. You know, is I myself see that I'm not like last season lah. But the thing is, I'm worried that I just want to ask Neo, right? Because yesterday what I saw in United was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, not Ten Hag. So because Ten Hag plays that possession tiki taka football, right? And then yesterday was Solskjaer's counter attacking football. What happens if you play with teams that sit back? Like for example, next week against I think Southampton, all these Everton. The teams that sit back. So what do you think? Will you guys, if you guys lose that match, will it still be Glazers out for most of the fan base, or
The pressure is back. The
yeah,
pressure.
is the pressure back?
I think the pressure will be back lah, because we need to have a proper improvement in our team. Because we lose to Brighton, to Brentford, it really hurts. Because what I say to my friends, United will be going through like Arsenal did last season. Like I say, we will take one step at a time. It will take about 2 to 3 years for Ten Hag to rebuild this United team.
But was yesterday's game one of the win of the season?
For me, is okay. I mean, of course, under your arch rival, yes. But we need more press.
We need more win lah.
Like more win. Like we don't.
What you mean by more
expect,
press?
What I mean is show the energy that you want to win. You are playing for Manchester United. You are playing one of the best clubs in the world. You are playing for the Premier League. Like all the other, like Roy Keane say, play for the best. Don't play for the money.
Okay.
So
the man is spitting facts, so you can't say much, right?
Words, yeah.
But playing for the badge don't put food on the table. Roy Keane was also paid good money back then. So how?
But we need someone like Roy Keane, a leader that can lead United. As for now, we have a leader in United.
But I saw Bruno being a leader yesterday.
Yes, but why now? Why not in the Brentford game or in the Brighton game?
Because Maguire was the leader in the both games.
Yeah, because Maguire was the leader.
Yeah.
No, I think for Man U, right, we only can judge them like what Mark said the next 3 games lah.
Next 3 games,
We see how they how they move on from here lah.
Sorry,
No,
but
but I
who
think
are they up against? Who are they up against next 3 games?
Next game.
Southampton.
Next 3 games? Southampton,
Leicester.
Everton, Leicester. Okay.
Yeah, so let's see if they can pick up then at least 6 points from there. Then we can see how from there lah.
All right, guys. So
yeah.
we're gonna bring the show to a close. But before that, let's pick some comments up. All right. So please bring the one. I'm not you. Just drive, Labuto. Okay, Faris. All our patterns yesterday. You saw those patterns in the Bangkok Cup. This is ETH third game. The only goal December is a second goal. Okay. As a United fan, the only thing matters now is consistency. That's right. Liverpool game is a start, but we should not get carried away. How can you expect ETH to dominate possession totally when he totally doesn't even the midfield to do it? So I think it's pretty evident for United they need a midfield, Casemiro, whoever is going to come in. And for Liverpool, I think it's also midfield as well, right? You guys were saying.
Yeah.
But yesterday, sorry, Mark, were you going to say something?
Yeah, Tiba, I think to sum in a nutshell for United fans is that the victory against Liverpool was huge. But to see Ten Hag drop Maguire and Shaw, right, that was even bigger. And
To be very honest, Ten Hag had the ball to do that. I hope Gerrard does that and drop McGinn for the next game.
And they have to show this consistency of dropping them, and if they want to play them in top games, it's fine because that's what squad depth is for lah. Yeah,
I agree. And McGinn has to be dropped next game, and Konza as well. Thank you for that, Mark. Sunil?
Sounds like you're dropping everyone only, Tiba.
No, just drop McGinn and Konza can really.
Who are you gonna play? No,
you drop everybody. Let Mings play alone.
No, Douglas Lewis and Chambers can ready. But guys, we have to. It's been 2 hours. I have never run a show that has gone past more than 1.5 hours. But we have to give this a cut right now. But thank you everyone who came on board, especially Mark and last minute additions. But thank you for being sportive. Daryl, as usual, thanks for coming in, man. Faris, Sunil, thanks for hosting the show when I went back into the cave. My internet went to the cave just now. D said he'll be back, so I think he'll probably host run his own TBF later after we all log out lah.
The
So
midnight show with with D at Cantonment.
they will run that show. And An and Haizam, thanks for coming in as well, guys. Have a good night. Don't forget to tune in on Thursday, where the rest of the guys will be back for the preview show and they'll be previewing all the matches. So I'm gonna say goodbye. I am sleepy. I don't know what I'm talking, so I'm just gonna do this.